Welcome to BaddyMate's channel. These are some of the first things you should know if you're new to Elden Ring. Number 1, your class. When starting the game, you can select what class you want to be. The classes are Vagabond, Warrior, Hero, Bandit, Astrologer, Prophet, Samurai, Prisoner, Confessor, Witch. What do all these classes do, you might ask? Well, Vagabond is more of a knight-type class for using a sword and shield. Warrior is a class that is more for dual-wielding weapons and being agile. Hero is a class that is made for wielding big heavy weapons like hammers and axes. Bandit is a class more built for doing damage such as bleed, poison and other special little tricks. Astrologer is a class for doing magic attacks such as Soul Spear. Prophet is a class built for doing miracles such as healing and lightning bolts. Samurai is a class that is made for using swords and bows, great for long and close range. Prisoner is good for using swords and magic attacks. Confessor is good for using miracles and swords. Wretch is a class I would pick if you want to make the start of the game more challenging than it already is. If you want to make it as hard as possible, choose Witch. You'll only start with a club and a torch. The club is pretty effective at stunning enemies. Number 2, starting the game. Once you have made your character, you will want to pick up the item at the start of the game, then open the door and run down and fight the first guy in the game. You will most likely die to him. Once you die to him, it'll be game over and you will need to start again. Haha, just kidding. Okay, once you die to the first boss in the game, you will be transported to the main island in the game. There you will spend the rest of the game. First of all, if you have never played Dark Souls before, I would recommend you jump down to the pit on the right and go through that. It is the training pit. It will tell you how to attack, jump back, stab, sneak, use a bow, and more. Once you have done the training pit, go up through the door to the first grace. Number 3, the open world. Once you have gone through and touched the grace, head through and go up the lift, open the door, go outside and touch the grace. There should be a guy next to the grace. Don't kill him, talk to him. There are a lot of NPCs that you will run into throughout the game. Don't kill them by mistake. Once you're ready to explore the open world, there are a few things you should know. 1. Don't try kill the gold horse guy at the start unless you want to die. 2. If you change the time of day, let's say to nighttime for example, different enemies will appear at different places. 3. If you go straight north, you will run into hard enemies. 4. If you go straight to the east, you will run into even harder enemies. 5. If you go south, you will run into easier enemies. I would recommend you to go south first if you are a new player to the game. Number 4. Subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Number 4. Getting a horse. You will want to get your horse first of all. To get your horse, go over the first hill in the game. You will see a destroyed village. On the left and right of the village with bad guys in it, there are 2 graces. Go and touch one of them and rest. A cutscene should happen and a lady will give you a horse. It will be called Spectral Steed Whistle. You will need to equip it by pressing start and going to pouch. Press Y or triangle to put it in your pouch. Once it is in your pouch, to get on your horse, hold down A or X. Then press the direction you equipped it to. Number 5. The first pathway you should go. From the grace next to the town of soldiers, head east along the pathway, run across the bridge, turn right and keep following the path. You should run into a bridge that is being guarded by a bunch of soldiers. You can kill them or run past them. Number 6. The land in the south. Once you're across the bridge, the enemies should be easier to kill. Before going straight to the boss fights in any of the areas, I would recommend you to explore the area of the map first because special events will not happen if you have killed the boss of the area. Number 7. Survival. You will die and die again. That is just something that will happen. The main thing I can say is get good. If you think you are already good, choose Wretch and go straight for the Gold Knight at the start of the game if you dare.
To watch more, press subscribe. It's free.
Like and hit the bell icon if you want the latest videos.
Follow me at BaddyMate on Facebook. Thanks for watching.